moment of silence for the 100 million sexually abused children. Wow. Around the world, 100 million children are being sexually abused all over the world. 100 million. Look at my profile picture to see it. I'm going to use my phone. We'll have nowhere to go today but to really get serious, because it's not a game, right? So listen to some Durga while I do that. Get ready.
अथ चण्डी कवचम् श्री गणेशाय नमः श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः श्री कुलदेवतायै नमः अविघ्नमस्तु ओम नारायणाय नमः ओम नरोत्तमाय नमः ओम सरस्वती देव्यै नमः श्री वेदव्यासाय नमः अथ देव्याः कवचम् मार्कण्डेय उवाच ओम यद्गुह्यं परमं लोके सर्वरक्षाकरं नृणाम् यन्न कस्यचिदाख्यातं तन्मे ब्रूहि पितामह ब्रह्मोवाच अस्ति गुह्यतमं विप्र सर्वभूतोपकारकं देव्यास्तु कवचं पुण्यं तच्छृणुष्व महामुने प्रथमं शैलपुत्री च द्वितीयं ब्रह्मचारिणी तृतीयं चन्द्रघण्टेति कूष्माण्डेति चतुर्थकम् पंचमं स्कन्दमातेति षष्ठं कात्यायनीति च
Hare Krishna.
सप्तमं कालरात्रीति
For my children.
महागौरीति चाष्टमं नवमं सिद्धिदात्री च नवदुर्गा प्रकीर्तितः उक्तान्येतानि नामानि ब्रह्मणैव महात्मनः अग्निनां दह्यमानस्तु शत्रुमध्ये गतोरणे विषमे दुर्गमे चैव भयार्ता शरणं गता न तेषा जायते किंचित् शुभं रणसङ्कटे नापदं तस्य पश्यामि शोकदुःखभयं नहि यैस्तु भक्त्या स्मृता नूनं तेषां वृद्धिः प्रजायते ये त्वां स्मरन्ति देवेशि रक्षसे तान्न संशयः प्रेतसंस्था तु चामुण्डा वाराही महिषासना.
Okay. So before I start this, I'm pretty tired, y'all. And not from my chronic pain, the scar tissue that was given to me from surgery. I have connective tissue issues and calcifications from years of dancing, rapping, making money, being in relationships, dealing with abuse in my family. Mother would beat me in my head, beat me with a stick, beat me with the words. I dealt with it. I was disowned by my mother, and I'm not bitter about this. I still have love. Disowned in my 40s when I woke up to holistic healing, when I woke up to all the facts that I saw when I Googled stuff and how sick this world is and how poisoned I was being the whole time. And I thought to myself, where was my mother for all of that kind of stuff? We fight for racism. We fight for the right to have an abortion. We fight for gender. We fight for, I don't know, feminism. Yeah. But here's my real question. Or we protesting and fighting. Before I show you staggering facts of the death and the abuse in the medical world, nothing personal, you doctors. In the medication world, nothing personal, mental health people. We all want relief. When we research what is in our baby food, I'm going to start simple from the letter A. This is a fact, and I'm going to show this actually. Before I show this, I'm going to show you what I eat every day. That would be a dandelion. Well, now, what color is this? It's yellow. Why am I eating this? Because 90% of the baby food the FDA is telling you when you Google, hi YouTube. I think YouTube's also suppressing my channel, so it's hard for y'all to know what I'm doing, which is fine. I'm not doing it for anyone, but abused and dead and unacknowledged energy, okay? So 90% of our baby food has lead, mercury, and cadmium in it. All carcinogens, all legal poisons. So at birth, we have to deal with what? Watch this. We have to get born in a building with machines, individuals wearing masks with needles, beeping sounds, yelling and screaming in a building, right? Now, I'm not damning the medical world, but it's a new day. In ancient times, how was birth seen? Sacred, precious. You got born in the water, in the river, okay? A water birth. Then conveniently, science decided to say, hey, we've progressed. So let's make a building with machines, with pills, with needles, with data, with science. There's nothing natural in a hospital. And we force the woman to scream and yell, and we might have to cut open the belly and do a C-section. I came out of the belly. I was a C-section. I did not want to come out. And you want to know why I didn't want to come out of my mother's belly's closet? Think about it. Look at your world today. I am an enlightened human being. I didn't know until I was going to be 30 somewhat years old that I would have a brain beyond a brain, and I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else. I saw as a seed inside my mother that this earth is so noisy, and that my mom was so noisy from her abuse, so noisy. I said, I don't want to come out here. I'm going to stay inside. I was a genius at birth. They had to force and pull and tug and cut my mother's belly open. And they had to stitch her back up, in which her cut, it opened up again and she bled from her belly when she bent down after having me, which probably caused her anger to beat me. Or I don't know, it might have been my father who was married when she was with him. I'm not damning my mother, but it is what it is. We must talk about our trauma. My mom was with a man who was married, apparently, stabbed him. Apparently, I've heard this, with a knife. It broke in his body. But this is not about my mother or getting personal, because I'm also a part of the problem here when I'm paying my federal taxes, when I'm supporting a system that is not showing facts, not showing what's really happening with the death, with rape, with children going missing, with medical errors. How many medical errors are there? I'm going to show you. I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm going to show you facts of how slow we've become, how pop culture is the pandemic. I'm not damning pop culture. I used to love it, right? We used to get born in the waters, right? But even back then, in ancient times, we were killing things, raping, pillaging. But we were more grounded in nature, stars. What is the sun? What is the moon? What is a black? What is a white? What is a yellow? What is French? What is Latin? What is English to a squirrel or a pigeon? What is a Bible, a Quran, any booklet, a Torah, or a Talmud? What are sutras to a squirrel? What is a hospital to a squirrel that gives birth and can survive outside far better than you and I can? And we need a system. We have a nervous system and an immune system. We need a TV. We need a partner. Okay, right? We need our discount for our food. We need the pill. We need the medication. We need a diagnosis. Humans now, humans, built on the seventh day, they say. We have a 7 pH balance in our stomach and 7 stars in Ursa Major. We're rather unique but noisy. Humans seem to need a lot of things in order to be human, whereas animals don't need anything from you, the building, the beeping, the pills, the television. They don't need your encouragement. They don't need you to tell them that their fur looks sexy today. They don't need to hear you say, hey, squirrel, I believe in you. Climb that tree and hang upside down and then do a backflip to another tree And hey, squirrel, go and find all those nuts that you've lost on purpose, and then you find them, squirrel. These animals are all motivated on their own. They have high self-esteem. The low self-esteem, the distraction from pop culture, the interference of what we call colonism. Colonism is not about one race of white people. Think about it. If 90%, watch me cook this, of baby food has lead, mercury, cadmium in it, legally, the FDA is telling us this. We can all look that up, but we won't. There's the TV, voting, protesting. Why don't we protest the Coke and Pepsi that are in the hospitals? Why don't we protest fast food? Simple. Why don't we protest the lead and mercury and cadmium in your Gerber baby food that I was fed as a child that makes one crazy? So I'm eating a dandelion because a rabbit taught me. Oh, yeah. You ain't got to go to bulk foods for your organic food. I've been eating these for years. Woo! Very good for your DNA. Now, why should you eat something yellow? Dark times, yellow. You have a solar plexus, fact, in your gut. The sun would be yellow. Gold is yellow, but where did it come from? When does life start? Great question. When does life begin? How was the earth built? That happened before you and I came here. What made the foundation of the earth? And how long did it take? What did it look like? And how did our ancestors know to make mythologies about it? War, love, hate, peace, black and white. What made the mountains? Were the mountains always like that, nice and big and huge? Nice and big and huge for you to go skiing and rock climbing? Or were mountains having a process and starting off a certain way and took time to become the Himalayas? What is Himalayan salt? And why is the body mostly made of water and salt and fluids and not our ego? And what made the sperm? What made the fluid that makes the sperm? What made the Nile River that came before you? Wow, and all the creatures inside that. Every little worm and maggot in the dirt and little dung beetle and ladybug. And how do we know it was a ladybug? It's not a manly bug. Gender battles how? It's a lady bug. Like in that rap group, Diggable Planets, ladybug. Are we cool like that? Or are we ignorant and missing the facts? What is the biggest issue on earth? It's our distraction. No judgments here. Distraction, stress. Something happens. I'm going to protest. That's bull. I'm going to say what okay. Okay. See, now you're picking and choosing what to protest. Conveniently, the TV shows you or the news shows you, and then now you're a badass. I love you. Badass. You're going to go out there, you're going to yell and scream. Is that going to change anything? Is it going to change the trauma the protester went through? Right? Was that protester raped? Poisoned by lead, mercury, cadmium, Coke, Pepsi, Disney? The scientific world, radiation poisoning. Did that protester know all the pain that goes on around the world and that 100 million children are sexually abused worldwide around this world? Why don't we protest that? That happens every year. No problems. You got disgusting adults that go to church or the mosque or the ashram. Yeah. The temple. They go there. They know all the verses. They listen to the sermon, sir. But then the TV and the newspaper comes out of nowhere and tells you, we're taking that away from you. I will read your comments in a second. I'm in a flow and introducing what I am doing. I am not playing games today. The fire is within me. My children are in trouble. Without children, We don't get a right to be adults who protest anything without your children. Now, simple mathematics. The religions aren't working. Fact. I believe children are in every story internationally in your religions, even in your Hindu culture, in your Baha'i culture, your Scientology culture, your Jehovah culture, your Mormon culture, your Quaker culture, your Puritan culture, your Catholic culture, your Christian culture, your Islam culture, and your Judaism culture. There are children, yes or no? So I'm going to ask you now, how are we doing? What motivates us to protest? The TV? Ego? Where are my adults for the 120 million sexually abused children? What up, veteran observer? Been following you for a while. I respect and get your energy and awakened attitude, so keep it up. God bless you. I'm nothing without you. David Corey, what's good? You're good and you are my people. Bless you. We don't care enough. You're right, David. What up, Ginger B? God bless you. We have a name reading, I believe, later at 9 o'clock. I did another one recently, and basically, this is what happened in the name reading with a lot of females. Did a name reading, simple. I added the number to 12, and she goes, oh, I was raped at 12. We stopped there. We stopped there. We stopped there. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's a problem with your adults in which they numb themselves, right? And they distract themselves from the television, the religion, and then someone said it and someone did it and their version is better. But meanwhile, Uncle Joe is raping little Becky. All races, black people too. Yeah. Someone's got a temper in the family as an alcoholic and might have had an off day while you're watching TV and reading the newspaper and getting this and doing that and damning someone for not wearing this or for not doing this or for not, pardon me, or for not protesting abortion or whatever it is, or black rights or gender or the right to have a religion or the right to do whatever you want to do. Uncle Joe is raping, or Uncle or Auntie Rebecca is touching inappropriately Jimmy. Boys get molested too. That's not important though, is it? It's behind closed doors and isn't talked about. And when you go there, the tears run. And your anger to protest, you shush your mouth. You shush your mouth because while you protest, you forgot you were also hitting your head and your brain was programmed a certain way to only follow one pattern. Follow the bouncing ball, follow the bouncing. Remember that cartoon? And it taught you and me how to dribble our drivel, how to be a sloth, how to not look up and look around to see how many other people came before you who suffered and died because someone was playing basketball with your colon. Colonist. Colonist is not a race only. Your neighbor is also a colonist. Anyone in your family raped or sodomized a little girl or boy? Let's go to the Vatican. How many cases with the Vatican? They have settled out of court. They have so many cases. Millions of dollars. Jehovah's Witness. Fact. Jehovah Witness. They're so holy and religious and they're the truth, right? And apparently there were a lot of Jehovah's in the Holocaust that Hitler didn't like. But look at the pedophilia. And I know a family personally. I taught them ballet that were Jehovah's. And the mother told me that the husband was raping the daughter I was teaching ballet to. And they still hang out with that father wearing makeup because they're religious and just hanging out like nothing happened because of Jesus and fear of God. Excuse me. I think we're on some hopium. The Hopi Indian. I hope that God will just take me away from this. I hope if I pray to Allah, I hope if I pray to Abraham, I hope if I pray to Christ, I hope if I pray to Vishnu, I hope if I pray to Buddha. Shush your mouth, it did not work because little Becky and little Joey are getting sodomized by someone in your family is Christopher Columbus now. Let them go. Yeah, your legends, let them go. Even the bad ones, yeah, the murderers. Who's in your family who's causing you cancer, who's watching TV, reading the news, and then getting mad at you and disowning you like my mom did for you growing a brain and showing them fact-based truth. And it was so powerful, the only thing they could do was to run away from you. But the TV can tell you, hey, now, abortion is going to be an issue. And, we're going to make it hard for you to have an abortion. I'm not going there too much, but watch this. Now, all of a sudden, you have angry, angry, angry women that will punch you in the face if you disagree. I've seen them. So I don't say nothing. Because my mom, she beat the crap out of someone that she did not abort. But I'm going to tell you some real shit right now, Hare Krishna. When I asked my mother for an apology for all the abuse she gave me, beating me with sticks, beating me with a bat, hitting me in my face before ballet class, and then being called a nigga at the damn ballet studio, and then she would fight for me over my race, then she would beat me in my face and insult me if I didn't do good enough, because her father beat her and did the same shit, and I'm sure there were some sexual issues there that mama don't want to go to. And in the Black community, and I know for a fact, the abuse and torture they do to our own people is beyond belief. The number one deaths from war are in the Congo, Africa. 5.4 million black on black crime deaths is the Congo, not the Ukraine, boo-boo, Vietnam either, or even World War what? Yeah, or even Hitler. The Congo, look it up. And I love my people, but Africa, what's up? What's up, my black people? How many black truthers? We are the Israelites. We're better than white people. The way to the devil. Shut your mouth. I am every race. There were whites that died for us too. And Asians. The Congo. Look it up right now. The Congo War. It is the biggest number of deaths aside of World War II. 5.4 million from so-called original black man. And who taught them how to do that? And don't tell me it was the white people that did it. It's called a vibration. It's called the lack of understanding of your religions in Africa, in which they cut off the clitoris of little black girls because they misunderstand Lilith in the Bible. Fact. How dare you touch a little child's sexual organ because you think the Bible is damning that body part. And if you cut off that clitoris, it will make them not want to have sex and make them behave. That is not anyone's call to do that. I don't care what race you are. Do you understand who you're talking to right now? You are talking to all the death. Here, they're speaking through me. That's why my brain is so powerful. I speak simple like children. What up, sexes? What up, David Corey? Thank you. I am so right. David Corey, knowledge is power. So here's where we're at, people. I'm going to show you a photo stream. I'm doing photo streams on my Instagram now. No more videos. Read. 120 million children are being sexually abused. UNICEF is telling you this. Okay? You have nowhere to go. Hare Krishna. That's you and me. I am in there. I am in there. And so are you. Now, are you going to go protest women who get angry and men? George Floyd only? Rodney King? The vaccine thing and all this stuff, right? Trump going down to the White House and getting played and getting tricked and thinking that that one was on your side? You going to protest and after I showed you that and go outside and say, bring awareness to all the rape victims that are children, No, we're not going to do that because Jay is not CNN. Jay is not Fox News. Jay is not ABC. Jay is not the Wall Street Journal. Jay is an enlightened, infinite human being who knows who he is a solar plexus, the light, shedding light, fact-based truth that makes people, let's just say, have to change right away. What up, Ginger B? Protesting is an outward proclamation. We need to be going within. Well said, Ginger B. Now, watch me cook this with no animals. And YouTube, thank you for suppressing me. It means I'm doing a good job. Thank you for making sure no one can find my videos. Because YouTube, whatever made you, whether it's a robot or a human, guess what? Death is inevitable. Hi, creators of YouTube. With your guidelines, your community, yeah, YouTube, remember this. You were sucking your thumb and being fed lead, mercury, and cadmium in your baby food like me, boo-boo. And when YouTube is gone, when there's no more computers or truthers to talk that shit, YouTube, all you're gonna have is you and your thumb-sucking energy and nature and your lack of awareness of it. And you know what's going to happen? You're so used to having a website. You're so used to making inventions that you're going to forget the tree came before you and it's going to outlive you. And when you die, you spend so much time suppressing people that you're going to forget there are rules in the afterlife for suppressing an enlightened being. It's called bad behavior, and there will be a place for you in death. YouTube creators, and I love you, and I'm grateful that you're suppressing me, and I'm grateful if you block my channel. I'm grateful. Pre-existing conditions. Read. 54 million of you have pre-existing conditions before you go to get any shot or a diagnosis. Shame on us. That trumps the number of deaths of COVID. This is a fact. 6 million all over the world. I've researched it, and I'm going to show that. 6 million have died. About 700 million cases, but only 6 million. This is a fact. But you even get your channel suppressed for facts. Okay, now how many people die? This is a fact, YouTube. Or is it misinformation? So I'm assuming that UNICEF is misinformation, right, YouTube? If this is not good information, okay. And I'm assuming this is the WHO, YouTube. How many deaths from medical errors? Look, 2.6 million deaths from your hospitals that have needles, that have pills, that have science, that have Anthony frickin' Fauci. Where is the protesting for this death? Where are you, abortion rights people? Where are you, George Floyd? Where are you, LGBTQ rights people? For this is trumping. Look, that's your hospitals killing you legally. Hare Krishna, we're in trouble because I have a brain to see that. But CNN comes on, Anderson Cooper, Rachel Maddow comes on, Jimmy Fallon, right? And all of a sudden, you grow an artificial brain. When you've been sitting on your butt, not my chat room, drinking Pepsi, going to church, eating fried chicken, having diabetes. A lot of churchgoers, we know this, are overweight and have strokes because they misunderstand the Bible. There is nowhere in the Bible where it says, thou shalt eat McDonald's and lead, mercury, and cadmium, or in the Quran. Yeah. There's not one Bible verse where it says, I will make GMOs and man shall go to the corn and give everyone cancer in Monsanto and sodium fluoride. Fact, YouTube, in their water, which the Nazis so-called used in the concentration camp. Your sodium fluoride is rat poison. Fact, it's in your water. Who's doing that? Are we going to protest the water? Just abortion, George Floyd, LGBTQ, gender, feminism, race. Me. Shame on us. I'm kicking ass today. Here are your deaths of COVID worldwide. I have compassion, by the way. Read. Look at the number of deaths as opposed to the cases. Hi, YouTube. Suppressing me. Hey, YouTube. Is this misinformation, YouTube? I Googled it, YouTube, and this seems to be what comes up, YouTube. Does this make you nervous, YouTube, that I'm using your own truth against you to help you? 6 million deaths and 500 million cases means it ain't that deep. Something else is going on. Review. You got 54 million pre-existing conditions. Jesus Christ. Am I right? Let me make sure I said that right. Yeah, 54 million people have a pre-existing condition. So conveniently, when they tell you on the news, bird flu, cow flu, mad cow, AIDS, HIV, I have compassion, cancer, right? High blood pressure, who's causing that? What does a chicken know about the flu? But it can fly. Oh, it can't fly, but it has wings. Now, here is the number of people that have adverse reactions to medication. Fact. Read. Hi, YouTube. Hey, YouTube. Would this be misinformation or is this scholarly evidence that we're being lied to? 2 million of us have a side effect reaction to medication from the hospital. That's a huge number. Do the math. 2 million worldwide are being killed by medical errors, and you trust them for a needle? Shame on them, and they're giving you pills that aren't working as well, are they? Look at the numbers. What up, Marve? It's for global security. Well, Earth is not a globe. Earth is the cube in geometry, but thank you. There is a virus change coming. Okay, David Corey. The snake venom. People, it's none of that. It's more ancient than this. Just be careful with those things. It goes deeper than snake venom. It's deeper than that. It's about us. The human has a chip in our DNA. We have a demonic thing in our DNA, the lower chakras. And simple, your pop culture knows it. Well, who is running your pop culture? The secret invisible twin that all the mythologies mention, these demons and these things that come out of nowhere and they make your life hard. It's in every religion. But is there truth to that? I'm showing it to you. I'm showing it to you. This is not normal. This is human shit, not Mother Nature. Humans are the problem, not my chat room. The human is the problem. Now, what happens in death in Hinduism? Read. Apparently in Hinduism, you will go to some god named Yama. Okay, Yama. Do you see it? Yama is the god of death. What does Yama look like? Whoa, there's your Yama, god of death, on a, I don't know, a bull. Interesting, with the sun behind his head. Interesting, this one gave birth to mortality. Wow, so were your Indians dumb? Is this also misinformation? Now, he's riding a bull. He's riding a bull, the god of death, Yama. I think like children. Now, what is your Yamaha motorcycle? Ooh, review. You just saw a Hindu god of death. So if you think it's bullshit, the Hinduism stuff, what's a Yamaha in Asia? Who is the Yama of this bull that you conveniently ride? Who's Ghost Rider? Genius. With a fiery skull, Hollywood does shit like that, and none of you Christians and Catholics and Islamists and Jews protest that, is a stolen deity from all of your religions. They stole it from this one. Now we go to the Vatican. Okay, Vatican is known as necropolis. You all know that. It's a cemetery. The Vatican City of the Dead. Why don't we ask this little asshole here, Pope Francis or any pope, hey man, why is it on the City of the Dead, the Vatican, necropolis? Are you going to protest that? You abortion people? You race people? You gender people? The Me Too movement? I have compassion. I have compassion, y'all. It's not working, is what I'm telling us. There's bigger issues. Number of missing children. Number of missing children. Hey, YouTube, would this be misinformation? 8 million children go missing around the world every year. Review, 6 million deaths from COVID. 120 million children are getting sexually abused. 2 million die every year guaranteed from the medical errors. And 2 million will get cancer or a side effect from the medication every year. So how are we doing? Pretty shitty. You have nowhere to go with this channel. Now, how many deaths on motorcycles? The Yama god of death? Yamaha? You think it's a coincidence? Someone no likey us. Yeah, it's the coyote to your roadrunner. Ding, ding, ding. What up, David? How can people just pop up missing? Good question. It's called pop culture. Pop. Pope. Papa. Papa's got a brand new bag. Papa don't preach. Okay, Madonna. This one, Madam X. Gross. But I made up my mind. I'm gonna keep my baby. So what is Madonna saying in that song? You women. I'd say a sexual icon woman. Madonna even told you she wanted to keep her baby, which means she didn't want to get rid of it, right? So when does life start? You tell me. And who is dictating when life starts? Your scientist told you? It starts when? When? The minute a sperm is made? An ovary? The minute a blade of grass is made? No? Wow. Now I'm going to research number of motorcycle deaths. I've lost 2 good friends of mine who were dancers. Yeah, talented men. To the Yamaha, the god of the motorcycle god of death. Yeah, because the James Dean badass and you women love alpha males, and you should be calming them down so they don't kill themselves. And most of them are suicidal. The womanizer, the sexy one, stay away from the sexy one because they're more depressed than the ugly one. Good point, Jay. Facts. Okay, number of deaths from your Yamaha. Okay. All right, so it's kind of, 5,000. But it's a problem. So that's 5,000 deaths happen from your Yamaha. Now, have these deaths been accounted for? It doesn't matter the number, people. Death, all of us are connected. If we do not communicate with the dead using numerology and awareness of what the tarot is, which I know what it is, because I'm going to show you my numbers again later. And I'm going to do this build dedicated to, we do not own our bodies. Shout out to Heirlooms. What up, Sean McNim? Okay, I do not. What you are saying is correct. No, we aren't done. Some of us Indians have been brainwashed. I am not calling anyone dumb, honey. Who was ever in my chat room? I don't know who David Corey is. This Washington, D.C. individual. I'm showing you, if you Google it, those are the numbers. David Corey. You don't know what I'm saying is correct? And this is the problem. See, now I have to waste time because this one here, and I love this person, hasn't done their research. I'm showing you the research. So David Corey, can you please show me? I'm not mad at you. Can you please show me, David Corey, your research? Please show me your numbers of deaths. Please, David, just show me. Show me the correct number. Because you don't have time not to know, honey. Your thinking and not knowing is what's getting us killed. And me too, honey. Do you understand me? David Corey. Your thinking and thinking and thinking is not getting any better for us, is it really? And me either. People are dying. We need action and solutions. What do I think about gematria? Well, I'll get into that in a second. Now, this is for Roe versus Wade. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is but a nightmare on Elm Street. Here's my question, okay? And I understand the rights to have this, but here's my question. And this is how I see the body, okay? I did not make my own sperm. I don't know how to make sperm. I don't know how to make an ovary. I don't know how to make secretions. I don't know how to make blood. Can you and I do that? No. I don't know how to make an eyeball. I don't know how to make a brain. I don't know how to make a heart. I don't know how to make a testicle. I don't. So this is my question. When does life start for the abortion stuff? Not only that, but what made your sperm is the thing, in my opinion, that has the right and the left to decide these kinds of complicated emotional things. Yes or no? So me saying that it's my body, it's my right, it's mine, slow it down. I'm saying that I'm God. I'm saying that that means I know how to make a human body, and I do not, and neither do you, unless you have sex with a sperm that we don't know how to make that. That would be paranormal. Mother Nature, sun and moon, all that devil worshiping stuff made your sperm and your ovary and the ego for us to even think we have the right to open our mouth. I cannot make hair grow out of my mouth. I don't know how to do this. Do y'all know how to do that? Simple. How about, I don't know, your veins that go green and blue and red? Do we know how to do that? So do we own our body is my question. Do we have the right to say even this? This is mine. It's a rental suit, obviously, that you're in for a while. And all of your religions tell you you're in this little meat suit that you don't own, that whatever God you have made it, and that when you die, you are preparing yourself to leave it and to go somewhere better. Earth is not better. Apparently, when you look at it, most humans want to destroy it, protest it, and not see nature itself. They like the TV. They like the gossip. They like to debunk. They want to go in your chat room and attack you and call you a pagan sometimes, or they call you homophobic terms or whatever, but they didn't do their research, nor do they ever encourage you to be a better human being. Humans love to pick sides, and we've been doing this for thousands of years. When your squirrel does not do that. Your squirrel does not need a gang and can whoop all of your asses. With one squirrel, could scratch, pull your eyeballs out, and you could be an MMA. You could be the punch a hole through. I don't care who you think you are. You could have a gun. That squirrel will outrun that bullet and zigzag your ass. Okay? Or an elephant. You want to go up against an elephant? A gorilla? MMA people. Anyone who's a badass. You military people who are killing everybody. Every militia. Shame on you with your guns. You think you're tough? In the Congo, you know what they do? They give drugs to little kids and they encourage them to whack their own family. And then rape happens in front of the children to train them to be heartless killers and to kill their own kind. Now, who taught them that behavior? The white people? The black people? Or Let's go to ancient times and see the energies of the earth, the vibrations and demons and angels. In the Congo, they give them an AK-47 at 10 years old, no problem. Black kids, black men that go to church, or they go to the mosque and say Allah, and they fast. Yes or no? But then that caused, what, 5 million deaths in the Congo, in which now the Ukraine? What about Vietnam, the Arab Spring, Afghanistan, Iraq, in which there were no weapons of mass destruction? Your weapon of mass destruction are 2 million people dying in the medical errors. Your weapon of mass destruction is the machine in that building. Push, push, give birth. Or no, abort, abort. My question, did you make your own body or did something else make your body? You can't answer that. And if you did, you'd be God. And you're not that. You're a reflection, like a mirror. This is a good point. There's nowhere to go here. And they'll get mad at you, and they're going to want their rights, and they're going to have some fried chicken, and they're going to go to McDonald's first, and the Burger King, and they're going to get out there fat, overweight with diabetes, and say abortion, George Floyd, Black Lives. The Middle East, even that. Shut up if you aren't healthy. I love you. If you're not healthy physically, it's called common sense. And I have compassion. If you are not healthy physically and you are an alcoholic, abusive person, homophobic, racist, and if you pick sides with your religion, and then you think you have the right to go out and protest abortion, shame on you. Or anything. I'm going to protest Trump. I'm going to protest Obama. I'm a vegan. You're a meat eater. Even if you're a vegan and you protest animal rights, are you a good person? Shame on them. What are you doing? What are you doing? You ate meat a lot longer than you were a vegan. It's called being humble. Find a scholarly way to teach the meat eater and allow them to think freely. If they don't get it, you leave them alone. You don't keep banging them in the head with the veganism and showing them dead animals bleeding. They know this. They don't care. They are a wall. They're a Pink Floyd. It's too late for them. Let them have their reality. And if you can't watch an animal being killed and tortured, then how can you eat it when it's dead? And how do we feel about abortion now? If you want to protest abortion rights, okay. I love you. This is a good point. You want to protest? Where were you when all these kids died in the Congo? At the hands of our tax dollars, supporting federal, the weapons for the Africans to do it. And the Taliban have all of our weapons and our money. You know this. Your Joe Biden wants to have what? About $2 billion to give arms to Ukraine? To give arms? And we got gangbangers here. It's called McDonald's. Not your niggas and your whites. No, your naga, serpent. We have gangbangers here that have a Kalashnikov, grenades. You know this. All races in America have gangs, female and male gangs, where they jump you in, they beat you to death in order for you to become a gangbanger. So where's a protest for that? Oh, you're afraid to go to the ghetto because you might get shot or robbed or raped. Well, where were we all when the animal got killed? This is a good point. Why don't we protest what happens to a chicken before it becomes rotisserie? It's called ISIS, decapitation. Okay, not only Islam. Watch me cook this with no animals. Facts. If you cannot watch a beautiful chicken that are very intelligent, have its legs and head chopped off, and its feathers ripped off, the poor thing, then how can you eat it? So you are eating cognitive dissonance. You are eating lack of acceptance. This is protein? Well, no, before it was protein, it was a sperm. Yeah. Abortion? Okay. It was an ovary. It was a penis. It had nipples. It had eyes. It had a heart. You know, we eat lamb heart. Americans do this too, for protein and for your immune system. I wonder what a chicken would say to that. If you asked a chicken, hey chicken, do you mind if I pull your heart out like a Mayan and give it to Venus and then eat you? I'm sure the chicken, if it could speak English, would say, I'm going to protest that. But they can't, because we're supposed to know better. So, how does that make us feel now with our rights to protest? I'm whooping ass today in the name of our children. Intellectualism will get you killed. What up, Alejandra? Women defending abortion baffles me. Well, that's where we are. So, I'm a cashier. I love my job. I work at a co-op. So this happened to me 3 days ago. Being a cashier is a hard job today because you always have to be hyper. You have to be in a good mood pretty much. If you're not, people get freaked out kind of, because I have chronic pain and I don't lie. I say, well, I'm not feeling great right now. I can't be Will Smith for you. I can't be Anthony Fauci. I can't be a TV personality. I'm a human. So I tell them the truth, and it actually works. So 2 days ago, I had a customer come into my line. Everything was normal, boom, 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 did the food thing. Meanwhile, I'm looking at rotisserie chicken with their heads cut off. No one, they go and they touch it, they move it around. It's like going into someone's funeral. This is a good point. It's a good point. Go into someone's funeral, and then I walk right to your casket, pull out an axe, I chop off your head, and then I put you in a plastic container, and I put you on a stick, and then I touch you to see if you're tender enough. That's a good point. But the chicken, though, beep, I scan the food. The customer, all of a sudden, bursts in anger at me. I'm going downtown to protest. I said, whoa. This is an older lady who should be calm and nurturing, first of all, as the sacred feminine. I'm not saying they should be, weak and cute, but I'm like, whoa. I was like, okay. So you don't know what's going on? I said, no, I don't. I don't watch the news. Well, they're trying to overturn Roe versus Wade and make it hard to have an abortion. And I'm like, whoa, I didn't say shit. Don't say nothing to them. You want to know why? Very simple. There were other people I work with who were equally as mad about it, and they had the finger like this. So if I said what I thought, you know what happened to me? They would have punched me in the face. That's how mad they were. I'm not kidding. These are strong women that got mad. And you women are strong. You want to know why I know that? My mom used to punch me in my face and give me bloody noses just because I didn't do my homework. Fact. So where are we at now? Okay? I had to deal with that as a cashier. And the rest of my day, I was like, oh my God. I have to scan dead animals that don't have anyone to talk for them. We have animal porn as well. We have bestiality. Where you at? It's an option to watch a man or a woman hump a horse. That's rape. Oh, but it's okay to have it in porn, though, and just go and Google it and you can get it, and then you can, I know people who watch animal porn, and they're professors. Yeah, at Ivy League schools. And they're very lustful and have issues sexually. But they're a teacher and they have their masters, and they're also a part of a fraternity. So they're good to go, right? No, they're not. In Pythagoras numerology, Jay, here he goes again. Here he goes again with the devil worshiping. I'm going to blow your minds. I'm going to show you why it's important. Only an hour has gone by? Y'all are getting really good stuff. I'm telling you. Because you don't have time to watch a truth or do this. The earth is this. And then shaming people. If your truther is shaming other people in order for them to change to that truther, and that goes for people that I know personally, shame on you. Calling someone a bum eater or an ejaculator or a globetard. We used to all believe that it was a globe, didn't we? We used to all watch porn, didn't we? We've all had children and ejaculated, didn't we? We all came here through ejaculation, didn't we? How else would I be here to help you? The Immaculate Conception. None of you, we don't know how to do that. It's possible, by the way. Yes, to give birth from here. Yes, you don't have to do shit. We don't know anything about our ancestors. They have carved temples in caves all over the world. In Albania, China, India, France, everywhere, America. They have Buddha temples and monasteries carved into mountains. Today, plaster, wood, asbestos, pyramid culture, and we've progressed. In the name of children, I'm going to spank you from your mama, Earth. JHE in Pythagoras is 185. The 1 is a J, the 5 is an E, the 8 is an H. Y'all know this. I must get into this now. This is the reason why I am waking up. These spirits are directing me to the information that I am giving you right now. Do you understand me? This is why you get your name decoded by me. Ooh. I was supposed to meet someone to do something. Hold on 1 second. I'm supposed to be teaching tree martial arts to someone at 3 o'clock. I forgot. It's raining, so I thought maybe they wouldn't show. Give me 1 second. I'm going to step outside to see if they're out there by the tree. Thank God I'm going to show you my view. Yeah, I forgot. 3 o'clock. See, I do stuff in the community. Yeah, I got to go. I see a bike there. All right, so before I do that, God bless you all for being here. Okay? I'll come back later and do something, but I'm going to show you these things. So 1.5, right? Now, look at COVID. You see 815 in America. My name. I was born to do this in under an hour. Share this video. Share this video. That is an omen. Look. So I got to go teach. Much love to all of you. And I'll do a part 2 later or something and share this one. It was fire. Hare Krishna Shiva Boom Om Jayachi.